I'm John McAfee. I'm the guy that was accused of murder in Belize and ran into Guatemala. The FBI is going to be looking for me if you don't call him, sir.
The FBI?
Gringo. It's a Showtime documentary about the bizarre and scandalous life of tech millionaire John McAfee. According to the network, the famed inventor of the antivirus software, quote, went off the grid to live in Belize, building a compound in harem, becoming a drug lord, and developing an armed security force to guard himself against the police until he is a suspect in his neighbor's murder and must make a great escape, unquote. The producers had traveled to Belize to interview persons close to McAfee, but now attorney Brian Neal is saying that his clients were manipulated by producers Nanette Burstein and Jeff Wise.
Certain producers named in the press release came to Belize, manipulated them, got information from them under false pretenses, forced them to sign documents, in certain cases gave them alcohol and payment to say bad things about John McAfee.
So today, Tyrone Morales, Zaira Mahil, Saka Kanul, and Cassian Chavarria came forward stating that they lied about McAfee. They received thousands of dollars, in one case over $12,000, for an interview with a producer for the documentary and signed documents authorizing the network to use the videos. Morales, a resident of Tower Hill, had been working with McAfee since 2008, first in construction before becoming a security personnel at his Tower Hill home and then at his residence on San Pedro. Morales says he was coerced into giving the interview in Orange Walk Town and was given 5,000 Belize dollars.
She says, well, if you accept to do this interview, I will actually pay you. You know, so I said, well, of course, well, I still told her I do not want to do it, right? So later on, she kept sending me text messages, but from the beginning, I do not know why or how she got my phone number. I went with her, took a couple tequilas, you know, so I got I also got a monetary advance from her. So how much? Well, an advance I got about $200, but then at the moment, later on, she went home. We said we're gonna meet up at the club. So she eventually got me to do the interview. So after the interview, she gave me in total she gave me $5,000 Belize. So that was it, you know. She also made me sign a paper that I tried to read the paper, but the words were too small, like very small. I couldn't read it, you know, like I don't know what happened there. So I actually signed it.
Cassian Chavarria worked with McAfee for 18 months on San Pedro between May 2011 and February 2013. He was on McAfee's property when Gregory Fall was killed on the adjacent property and his 7 dogs poisoned. He was detained for 35 days following the murder of the American national. Chavarria says he requested $30,000, but he received $12,500 and gave a 40-minute interview before signing off the release documents.
During the course of the interview, she kept insisting that she wanted to hear about this murder and what John had to do with it and stuff like that. And I just refused to tell her anything about the murder because I don't know anything about the murder. I knew when I was called out of bed at 11 o'clock and I saw the dogs, like 7 or 8 dogs poisoned, up to Sunday morning when I was advised by a guy that they had killed the guy across the farther down the street. And but then what happened is that the more I was talking, the more I had this hook in her. And so when I look at my watch, I saw that like the 35 minutes was already up because I did specify to her it was only going to be 30 minutes. Take it or leave it. And then she told me, you say, you know what, give me another 50 minutes, let's make it up to the hour, and I will give you $2,500 more. And I agreed to her, and that was the end of it. She gave me, and then she gave me like 5 or 6 pages of a document to sign. I guess it was a release, but I couldn't read it.
Would you say that you lied or misrepresented the truth in your interview with her? Due to the incentives?
Yeah, because certain things I said were outright lies, but I tied it in with certain truths to make it more plausible, more credible, more, you know, I want more. Like when you're reading a good book and you reach that part that you want to get to the bottom of this thing, and that is, and then seeing that she had already made that offer of $10,000, I realized, you know, I'm just gonna give her something.
Zaire Mahil from Orange Walk Town was one of McAfee's girlfriends right up to his escape from Belize. Mahil says she received $800 in $10 notes.
She said, because it was from behalf of John McAfee, it said that John sent her to do the interview. So I said yes. So when I went to do the interview, she was asking me so many times if I know if John McAfee killed the Gringo, and I told her no. John McAfee is not a person like that. He would never do something like that. And she was trying to make me say lies that John killed the man and so forth. Then after that, when the interview done, she paid me 800 Belize, no, 800 US in known $10.
The documentary has been aired in some parts of the world, and trailers have already been circulating online about the anticipated airing of the documentary on Showtime on Saturday. Attorney Neal says that he has contacted Showtime requesting them to refrain from publishing images and videos of what his clients have said.
We cannot stop them if they want to air their show, but to say to them that anything that is said by these 4 people in that movie ought not to be published. And we have indicated to them that if they go ahead and publish it, we will retain attorneys in the United States to pursue our case, to have them held liable for any damages or any injury to my client's reputation.
And I see him regaining that reputation, and he's dangerous.
Duane, Moody for News 5.